Ever unlikely. Ethiopia's problems of war, famine and poverty are all too well known. But looking down on the land is beautiful, fertile, lush, with valleys, gorges and plateaux. It looks like the Garden of Eden. Of course, it is an intensely biblical land, with the values of the Old Testament becoming part of the culture of the country. As the Ethiopians say, this land has a tradition that goes back to the days of King Solomon. The Ethiopian legend goes that the Ark was removed from the Holy of Holies in Jerusalem while Solomon was still alive. So King Solomon's son, Menelik, the son he had with the Queen of Sheba, is said to have brought the Ark of the Covenant here to Axum nearly 3,000 years ago. The Ark of the Covenant, God's great gift to man, the Ark containing the secrets of creation. Unlikely as it may seem, this building could contain one of the great treasures of the world, which holds the answers to all of our questions about where we come from and where we're going to. May I enter this building to look at the Ark of the Covenant?
Only one monk inside, even the bishop not inside.
So the one monk is inside now, and this one monk apparently, the guardian monk, can never leave this building. He has to stay in the building, in the compounds, all his life. His mere task, or his great task, is to well, keep people like me out. So what do you recommend I do now if I want to get nearer to the building?
The monk is not talking for tourists or any something. It's everyday pray. He never outside.
He prays 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is an admirable monk. All right, so there must be some other person then I can speak to. If he's never leaves the building, clearly speaking to him is very difficult since I'm at the other side of this gate. So there must be, is there somebody else?
Other head priest.
Head priest? That's the very man I need to see.
Yeah.
It's not encouraging, but if, against all the odds, the Ark is here, I just have to see it. Okay. Hello. Thank you very much for allowing me to visit you.
Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to Axum.
What does the Ark contain now? Does the head priest know what's inside the box, so to speak?
ስለዚህ እግዚአብሔር ዘፈቀደ በመሆኑ እቲ ባሕር እንትመጹ እንተለው ናፍቲ ባሕር እንተዓቱ መሬት ይኸውን።
The Holy Ark of Covenant is written 10 commandments.
The 10 Commandments.
10 commandments, and it's inside gold box.
I'm going to ask this question now, which I know maybe is a presumptuous question, but are there any circumstances in which I could be allowed to approach, or indeed even to see the Ark of the Covenant?
ታጽላት ከሪእማ ደኔራን
ንሳንት መጽንተላል ዒሎም እቱ አዛሪያስ አልዒሉ አፍ ሳንዱቅ ሒዞም መላእክቲም ተሸኪሞም አመጽየም።
Okay, he says that the Holy Ark of Covenant is not be seen.
I cannot go and see it now, even in any special circumstances, because I say I've come a long way, and I've come from Jerusalem in quest of the Ark. My trip to Axum is not, however, wasted, because it possesses another ancient and mysterious treasure, which could date back as much as 2,000 years. I'm exploring the ruins, the remains of Axum, which was, 2,000 years ago, a great city. The kingdom that ruled this land was the most powerful kingdom between the Eastern Roman Empire and Persia. I'm exploring the ruins, the remains of Axum, which was, 2,000 years ago, a great city. The kingdom that ruled this land was the most powerful kingdom between the Eastern Roman Empire and Persia. This is carved granite, and it's one, I believe, of a series of stelae, these great obelisks that stood here, this site which was the necropolis of this city, where the kings and leading members, the elite of the land, were buried.
Everywhere you look in Axum, there are toppled stone obelisks known as stelae. More than 300 of them. It's like stumbling upon Stonehenge after an earthquake. This whole area is the remains of a royal cemetery. Beneath my feet could lie the skeletons of long-dead kings and queens of a lost empire.
My God, just look at this monster. It's the largest of the stelae. It was originally one stone, and it was the largest carved stone monument from the ancient world. I'm told it weighs 500 tons, and this great object originally stood 33 meters above ground level. Just think of the technology, the organization of this kingdom to be able to quarry, cut, carve, transport, and then erect an object of this size. It absolutely beggars belief. And what's incredible, nobody really agrees about its age.
It's thought that most of the stelae date back to the early 4th century AD, though some are certainly older, others more recent.
A single stone rising 21 meters high. And what's astonishing, it is conceived as a building, as a sort of mini skyscraper, because here is a door, and above me are windows and floors. Clearly, if a monument to the dead, this must have been the dwelling of the dead. And this obelisk faces south, facing the sun as it goes on its course from east to west. Sun must have been very important, because we have here discs, sun discs, right the way up. So I suppose the dead soul had some relationship to the sun, would take energy from the sun, would, in a sense, continue to live, in which case this obelisk is a phallic symbol, a symbol of fertility.
The stelae, which are topped by the pagan image of a sunrise, are symbols for life and rebirth. Yet strangely, there are hints of Christianity too. The windows can also be interpreted as crosses. This suggests a remarkable continuity between old and new beliefs after Christianity arrived in the Ethiopian royal court in the 4th century. I chance upon a wedding, and it's revealing to witness how memories of ancient kings and queens, perhaps even Solomon and Sheba, live on as part of Ethiopia's unique brand of Christianity. The next day, I'm up at the crack of dawn. I head north out of Axum. A grueling 6-hour drive lies ahead. At this early hour, you can really understand why Ethiopia is described as God's country. travelling with Samson McConnell, who can guide me to my treasure, a notoriously difficult thing to see, as I'm about to find out.
I'm on my way to Debradamo, to the oldest monastery in Ethiopia, to, I hope, see a treasure that'll give me more facts about the legend of the Ark of the Covenant coming to Ethiopia.
Debradamo dates from the time of Ethiopia's legendary 9 saints, who spread Christianity through the land in the 5th century. The monastery houses a remarkable collection of ancient manuscripts. I'm aiming to see the most important and sacred of these.
Almost at the monastery, Debradamo, and there it is, this great rock rising very high with vertical sides. On top of this sort of plateau sits the monastery. The road is now just skirting below this monstrous obstacle which we have to ascend. It looks pretty daunting, actually. God, it's very high.
We must proceed with care. We've had word from London, and not far from Debradamo, there are mounting border tensions between Ethiopia and neighbouring Eritrea.
You have any energy to climb up?
Yeah, energy. But those people are being pulled, are they not? I mean, I don't think I could climb 20 metres myself vertically. They're being pulled by what? By monks at the top?
Yeah, monks.
Hang on, let me take this. I've got to get up this sheer cliff face,
Yeah.
about 20 metres.
So you see this one?
How? Okay.
We put it in your waist here and hold you up.
Okay. So I get going?
Yeah. That's similar. This one. This one. This.
Okay. Someone's going to have to pull a bit more.
No.
Whoa. Got a foothold. That's it. You keep on pulling. This bit's more difficult. I can't. Hang on. That's it. Not too elegant, but did the business. Oh, wow. Wonderful. Thank you very much. All these men needed to pull me up or assist me in my climb.
The treasure I hope to see is a book called The Glory of Kings, or Kebra Nagast. But I've heard worrying reports of a fire in Debradamo's library, which caused extensive damage.
So, Samson, what chance is in the Kebra Nagast, the Book of the Glory of Kings? I know they have a copy here, so will we see it?
Well, my experience is never be sure about this thing. Yeah, if they like us.
But this is kind of a key text, isn't it? For sort of offering some facts about this legend of the Ark coming with Menelik.
That's sure. I mean, that's for sure. I mean,
it's like a document.
It's a document. It's Ethiopian heritage, Ethiopian history, the history of the church, the history of God, the history of Ark of the Covenant, the history of kings too.
Yeah,
so
this is the church right here. It's sort of 6th century.
This is the oldest church in Ethiopia.
Golly, what an intriguing building, Samson, the church is.
Yeah, it's
no
like,
mortar, it's all dry stone, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's lovely.
And
normally in the church, you don't point your hand like that.
Don't point.
Yeah.
Okay,
because
I stand advised on that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's.
I won't, without pointing. Let's go in.
Yeah.
After you.
We can go.
Okay.
እዚህ የመጣ ነው እዚህ ቤተክርስቲያን ውስጥ ያለውን ክብረ ነገስት መጽሐፍ እንድታሳዩ ነበረ።
ማን መጽሐፉ?
ክብረ ነገስት
የጻድቁ ታሪክ ወይስ
ክብረ ነገስት?
አይ ክብረ ነገስትና ከዚያ ይገኛል።
Yeah, we can't find the ክብረ ነገስት here.
I know there was a fire quite recently and the library was damaged. Is that why it's no longer around? Was it the manuscript destroyed?
በቅርብ ቤተ መዛግብት ማስቀመጫውና ቤተ መጻሕፍቱ እንደተቃጠለ ሰምቻለሁና
የቀድሞ የነበረው ተቃጠለ።
Yeah, the books including, as he said, ክብረ ነገስት including ክብረ ነገስት and other heritage, treasure of the church destroyed.
Well, okay, I understand.